The views and opinions expressed in the Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times, are those of individuals, speakers, artists, and commentators. Artists and Artisans Development and Network, sponsors, partners, and supporting organizations do not necessarily reflect or represent the policies or the views held and cannot be held accountable for the views of the individuals.
The Artists and Artisans Development and Network was founded in 2014 to provide resources and community development for artists and artisans who are immigrants to Canada. Artists and Artisans Development Network's mission is to provide support and opportunities for economic and social development to artists and artisans of all practices who are newcomers to Canada or from other visible minority groups. With community collaborations and support from academia, we deliver need-based projects for immigrants in Canada in areas of inclusion, integration, safety, skills development, intergenerational collaborations, and multicultural arts and performing arts. Through projects, local initiatives, visual and in-person events, we bring the community together to celebrate and showcase visual arts, crafts, music, dance, and culinary treats. If you want to be part of this journey, please email us at info@artistsandartisans.ca or visit our website, www.artistsandartisans.ca.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you? How are you? How is your Sunday? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're taking a minute to be here with us. Thank you so much for those that have just joined us. You are most welcome to day 2 of our intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times, courtesy of the Artists and Artisans Development and Network with the support of the Ontario Arts Council. If you missed us yesterday, well, we are here today. Started off yesterday with amazing performances, inspiration of women coming together to share their talents, to share their art, to sharing who they are with us. And we're doing it again. Today is day 2. Something about Artists and Artisans that was founded in the year 2014, and it's here to provide resources for community development for artists and artisans of every denomination, wherever you come from, new immigrants in Canada. And I speak for them because for the last how many years, they have been helping over 500 artists, over 500 in over 112 languages. Yes, please. So this is real, this is happening, and you're joining us today for a lovely, lovely afternoon. Of course, this is a 2-day event that is encouraging constructive conversation around the role and the participation of women of diverse backgrounds and abilities in today's society. Her voice through the medium of art and performing arts addresses and the concerns and challenges related to gender gap and equity. This event aims to encourage women of diverse backgrounds to come together to empower each other, to celebrate each other's strength, and through a showcase of their artistic talents. So we are grateful to be here. I promise you, you, it is a jam-packed session. I cannot forget to thank the board of directors, artists and artisans, and of course, the support team led by Miss Shireen Mandani, our technical person who is Brian Skezala, and Miss Kaula. Thank you so much for being a project manager on this event. My name is Gloria Gift Nankunda, and I'll be with you for the next 2 hours. Please, let's join us, and we start off today's event with a face that it may not be new, but very familiar on the ANDN platform by the names of Rosemary Njega, and she has always had a strong sense of emotion. She loves being on stage, and she has participated in theater in the past, and she loved the experience. She goes ahead to say, I enjoy writing my own music as well as singing it, and I find that when I share a thought, I provoke thought in other people. I want people to not feel lonely. And I hope that my music shall be uplifting and of an uplifting sound, as well as holistic theater in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only Miss Rosemary Njenga to start off today's show. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Rose Shiko, and this is Make It Better. Yeah, you stick out. No one ever said it's something to worry about. Know that it's taking some time for you to see you can heal from this disease. So what have we learned? With the soreness and the burns, yeah, it hurts. Then comes the smarting, no, the spotting. I am still above the human. Yeah, I'm still above. Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying these pains are really gain. Tender butterfly, your glory, it never fades. Get up and get your act together. It's never too late to make it better. We're gonna make it better. Oh, I'm not saying these pains are really gain. Tender butterfly, your glory, it never fades. So get up, get your act together. It's never too late to make it better. We're gonna make it better. Struggle and I mourn. How long will I hold on? And I'm so vulnerable, and oh, it's terrible. I leave this place. I'll say goodbye to the dirty days. They made me cry, but it's never too late. No, this isn't fate. And this thorn on my side loves to make me hide. In the lawless days, they remind me of my pride. It's now my demise. I will rise. I'll still rise. Oh, I'm not saying these pains are really gains. Tender butterfly, your glory, it never fades. So get up, get your act together. It's never too late to make it better. We're gonna make it better. These pains are really gains. Tender butterfly, your glory, it never fades. Get up and get your act together. It's never too late to make it better. We're gonna make it better,
We are here to make it better. Isn't that a lovely way to start off today's show? Yes, thank you so much for joining us. I'm seeing the comments. Samantha, you're very welcome. Carla, you're very welcome. Panita, Athaniathi. I love to see people supporting one another. I love to see these artists, come together. And I think that is one of the reasons why this event in particular was put together. The Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times. Rosemary, beautiful, beautiful singing. Things will get better. Panita, you said beautiful voice. Such a beautiful voice. I love the support of seeing. Looking forward to an exciting event. Yes, for those that are joining us, this is our day 2, courtesy of the Artists and Artisans Development Network. It is the Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times. If you're on Facebook, please, and on YouTube, yes, share. Come and be a part of the show. Share some of your experiences. How are you handling this whole, I think we are almost going back into lockdown. Because I know I had an event this morning and it was actually cancelled. And I wasn't told until I was already on my way. So I know there's a lot happening, but hey, here we are. And that's why we have this lovely afternoon set up for you, to bring a bit of light into your life today as we prepare to get into the holiday madness, the Christmas madness. You're very welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Artists and Artisans Development and Network YouTube channel so that you keep up. Alternatively, you can also go on their website to keep up with all the events and everything that they are working on in the near future. Well, getting back to the show, we have the one and only Miss Christine Long, who calls herself the accidental artist because she would never have done any art before experiencing a life-changing illness. I'm sorry about that, darling. Art became part of a way for her to rewire her brain after being struck by multiple sclerosis. Oh, darling, at the age of 50. Regaining some of what she had lost took nearly 5 years of rehabilitation, which included art therapy. Christine knew art was a way to develop new pathways in her brain around the damaged areas. She went on to take print making courses with her cousin Linda Blix at the Halliburton School of Art. She later studied painting, mixed media, and drawing. Encouraged by the joy she felt while creating art, she set up her own studio, working primarily as an abstract expressionist, painter, and printmaker. Look at that. She co-founded Art Trends, an art collective, a diverse group of artists who meet for friendship, creative support, as well as participate in exhibitions and community events. So, why don't we hear from the artist herself, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Christine Long.
Hi, my name is Chris Long. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here today. This is her story, and this is a wonderful part of Artists and Artisans Development and Network, and I'm just so honored to be here today. I started painting as a result of getting very seriously ill from multiple sclerosis in about 2004. So really this is a story about determination. Really more than anything else, it's a story about determination. MS hit me much like a stroke. I was walking across a parking lot and felt something rip in my brain. It didn't hurt initially, but within 3 days I found that I was in the hospital, paralyzed down one side, unable to walk, talk, see. Really the only thing I could do was hear. I was a mother, I was a wife, I still am, fortunately. I had a full-time job. I was the executive director of a charity, and I was well known in that industry. It took me 5 years to recover to where I am today. I still have deficits. I don't see properly out of this eye. I still have a tremor in my right arm and right hand. But along the way of learning how to walk and talk and see all over again, I still have a bit of a speech thing. I was introduced to art therapy, and that really opened up my eyes. It opened up my heart, my spirit, and it brought me great joy. It introduced me to some fantastic people. I never thought I was an artist. I grew up not being able to draw a dog or a cat or even draw a straight line, and I still can't. This hand flew everywhere when I was sick. I had to sit on it for months and months and months to get it to stabilize. I had to do all sorts of stuff to be able to walk again, to be able to talk again. So, but art therapy helped me to express a lot of things that were going on at the time. But I also knew that the brain was plastic because of the work I had done. So I knew that if I did something that I had never done before, I could work around those parts of the brain that had been damaged by MS. So I was really determined, because I had artists in my family, one in particular, Linda Blix, who invited me to come up to her class in printmaking up at the Halliburton School of Art. She told me that if I liked color and I could paint like a 5-year-old, I would enjoy her course. And boy, did I ever. She was teaching printmaking using fabric dyes that were non-toxic. And I just went on from there. I took art classes, I took acrylic work, I took a couple of classes in drawing because I figured I needed to know how to draw. I still can't draw because I don't have that sense in my brain anymore of a sense of perspective. I don't drive because I see 2 cars coming out the side of my eye, so you don't want me on the road. But I've really become an advocate for art as a way of healing, and it needs to be available to anybody in our healthcare system. So I become a strong advocate for that and a speaker for that. But I've developed a really good sense and close friends and an art group called Art Trends. And we now sell, we have shows, we get together, we have coffee, we talk about art, we talk about life. We get together for coffee, for treats, and we come from all over the world. And we just love each other. We do life together. And we share where we've come from, where we've been, and where we're going. So it's just a wonderful group of people. And I've met some wonderful people along this way. So I've experimented with a whole lot of different media along the way, whether it's acrylic or pastels or watercolor. But today we're going to see what it's like to pour paint. I've always wanted to pour paint and throw paint. So some of the paintings you'll see here in my studio today are the result of pouring paint. We've done it in our group for the public. We went down to the Waterfront Festival in Port Credit a few years ago and did some giant public art pouring paint, and the public had a great time. So I invite you now to bear with me while I put on my apron and get ready to show you how to pour a picture. And I hope you have fun and find great joy in it, because that's what I do. So bear with me while I put on my apron. We'll see you in a minute. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. It's Chris Long here, and we're going to just have some fun and pour some paint. Today I've chosen 3 basic colors because this is a very small canvas. I usually like to pour bigger pieces, but I thought for time today we're just going to pour small pieces. So I've got Payne's Gray, which is one of my favorite colors. And I've also got kind of a combination of a red that I love to make. I love to kind of be like a physics or chemistry prof in playing with my colors. And I also made a gold, because gold and Payne's Gray or black really go together. So what I'm going to do is just start tossing paint. And when I say tossing, I really love to see what colors do together and how they blend and how they pour. And just kind of see how they wobble together. And sometimes I choose colors together, and then it turns out that I may not use all of them because it's enough. Sometimes 2 is enough, and especially on a small canvas. And sometimes I use tools. Sometimes I just like to see how the colors talk to each other. Underneath the canvas, to make the canvas clean, I have put tape underneath the edges. And you can see that the gold is creating some very cool things inside the blue. And I might just give it a little bit of dash of red. Not a lot. But always in art, you want to go in threes. And sometimes with art, the thing is to know when to stop. You want to know when it's overdone, and then to see when it's going to move, how it's going to move. Because the paint will move, it'll flow. You want to leave some space for it to go. And you want to leave some white space. So I'm just going to move it around so you can see. With this size canvas, I probably won't do any more. So that's it. So the biggest time involved in this one is choosing the colors. And you can do whatever you're going to do. I have used a golden pouring medium, and this one is going to be shiny when it's finished. So I'm not going to have to put anything over the top of it to make it shine. It's going to dry shiny. I have experimented with a matte medium or a matte pouring medium. You can also mix paint with water, but it really thins it out and it doesn't allow the paint to flow as well. You can see what's happening here with the paint. It's kind of looking like a sea creature, which is kind of cool. And here, you can see what is happening here. All the different kinds of things that are happening with the paint. And I just love to watch the interaction of the paint. It makes little rivers, little river deltas. I have a background in science, so I like to see all the little seas and rivers and inlets that all this paint creates. And you can, if you want, make it flow, but I don't want to end up with one great big blob of blue in the middle. So I do have a little bit of gold left, and I may just add it around the edge. Just a very thin strip. And the same thing with the blue. Just to kind of finish off the edge. But I don't want to do too much. So that's it. And there you go. So have fun. Art should be fun. It should bring you joy. Thanks so much for being here and for listening today. Take care. Bye.
Wow. I'm frozen and like smiling. Art should bring you joy. Thank you so much, Chris Long. What an amazing. I'm just looking at the colors and you know how you're speaking about it, the colors flowing into each other. I think Kaula agrees with me. So therapeutic. Thanyati says, this is so beautiful. How amazing how colors talk to each other. Yes, I'm getting some beautiful words from you, Chris. And that painting, oh my God. Can we buy your painting, Chris? I know you're online and I know I can see you. Can we buy your painting? Where can we find them? This is the beauty of this show. Amazing. And for me, Chris, what I just got from your story, the story of determination indeed, of not giving up and saying, you know what? I know I'm not okay, but I'm going to do something about it. And just, I love your openness. I love how you opened up to painting. And just like that, look at that. That is a beautiful piece. I loved when the colors are just mixing. I was just like this, so therapeutic, very, it's very nice and very inspirational. Wow, what a story, my dear. We are happy to have you with us today. And you're an advocate for art healing. Really, truly, 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 everybody should be able to have some access to some kind of art because, as you can see, Christine, it is there for healing and it actually does work. And I love the fact that you're talking about how it brings your community together. You meet for a coffee, you meet for a conversation. That is what art is about. So, in this particular moment, thank you so much, Christine, for sharing. Thank you for your journey. And we are very lucky to have heard your voice in today's intercultural event, her voice in these COVID times, courtesy of the Artists and Artisans Development and Network with the support of the Ontario Arts Council. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing all your comments. Sumaya, you're very welcome. Thank you, Sahara. Good to see you here. Great to see you. We're going to move on to our next performer for today by the names of Punita Nanda. Punita is a creative and artistic, enthusiastic lady who believes that you don't wait for opportunities to knock on your door. You are the opportunity. I love that. Punita, I'm going to use that sometime soon. You do not wait for opportunities to knock at your door. You are the opportunity. Punita is a working professional with a background in international trade and business development. However, and she's been working for the last 17 years in different domains. But one thing for sure has never changed. It's her passion to believe in herself. Art is one such important subject that brings her closer to her passion. These are her words. As self-taught artist, she enjoys exploring and learning new forms of art. Punita creates art to be happy and share her happiness with others. Miss Punita, take it away, my dear.
Hello everyone, my name is Punita. I am a visual artist from Milton, Ontario. I'm with you here today as a part of the Her Voice event organized by Artists and Artisans Network. Today's event is to express through my form of art diversity, equality, and women empowerment. I'm a self-taught artist and I have learned art since my childhood. My passion with art has been since my childhood, which I have only grown my passion since we moved to Canada. And today's event, I want to talk to you about some of my paintings, which I think is very close to the subject of diversity and women empowerment. Diversity and equality are an integral part of any form of art. Art is that one strong medium to express your emotions, your perspective about any expressions you want to convey. This could be happiness, it could be sadness, it could be anger, it could be your displeasure, anything you want to express. Art is the beautiful form that will bring it for you. So with that, let me talk you through some of those beautiful paintings that I created myself to share with you on this beautiful subject. This picture here is my work about that any woman of any culture or any color has a strong opinion. She's not scared of anything. She is herself when she is on top of her dreams. She wants to achieve everything in life. She knows her horizon. She feels that equality is what is with her when she is walking through any horizon. So this picture here is when she is in a happy state of mind, spreading that positive energy to everybody and letting the world know how happy she is. This is an acrylic form of art which has a woman on right at the top of a cliff. The other picture I want to talk to you about is this beautiful face. This beautiful colored woman is such a strong face. She's a smiling, positive personality who's not feared of all kind of emotional waves going on in her mind. She's not scared of that society. She's not scared of that diversity, that culture. barriers. She knows that she can spread that positiveness, that smile, and make herself achieve any of her dreams. So, this picture is of another colored woman who is smiling and who's bringing that brightness with her. Being a colored woman myself and being in this form of art, I feel we all have the right to think and dream bigger. This is another picture I created for the event, which talks about this beautiful brown woman walking down a dark street. She's trying to express that this light that she carries with her can open all kind of darkness away. She's bringing that light into the darkness and creating so much of joy and positive for her and for everyone around her. This is the brightness, this is the spark, the light that a woman empowerment can bring. Any culturally diverse woman has the power to create this. And finally, I want to talk to you about this recently freshly painted picture, which is about another beautiful woman, which I feel has those wings. She's a woman empowerment. She believes that every woman has wings, that when she needs, she will open up to those wings to fly. She will fly up the sky, fly up in her career, in her family, in her joys, in every emotion she wants. Because woman is strong. Woman has a passion. This girl here has those wings that she wants to open up to. She wants to smile to. So friends, all these pictures here depicts to you woman, different form, different color, and different culturally diverse. So being a woman myself, I feel every woman has the right to spread this joy and bring the positivity along with it. I hope you enjoy this Her Voice event's important message and feel how important a woman, culturally diverse, and equality can bring to every society. We are one society and we all deserve to be one. I hope you enjoy the rest of the event. I have a page called Chitrakala with Dayanti, wherein I do paint events and share some of my artwork. Please feel free to visit the page and enjoy some of my work. Thank you very much for listening and enjoying this and encouraging one colored woman right now. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Wow, that's all I am going to say because, oh my goodness, Panita, thank you so much for giving us such. I love how you're provoking thought. I love and how it's so encouraging. I love how your subject is woman. I love how you're expressing each woman in a different way. I have so many beautiful comments here. Chris Long says, beautifully said and beautiful art. Thank you for sharing your creativity with us, Panita. Very nice pictures and thought. Lovely, thoughtful. Panita, thank you so much. That was lovely. I love how everything is expressive. I love just your colors and the thought. I love the thought behind each and every piece that we just saw today. And please, if you don't mind, Punita, share with us which page you're on that we can find your paintings because we would love to support. That is the importance of this show. That is the importance of this event. Her voice in COVID times, intercultural. You can see even all the paintings had a different kind of woman. But at the end of the day, what was your favorite? I think my favorite, there's the picture we just saw where the woman is almost like in a forest. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. And then the lady on the hill, on the lady on that high rise, I've forgotten what they call it. I'm just now thinking about it. I love it. Well done, Punita. Thank you so much for being a part of today's show. And of course, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Government of Ontario, the Ontario Arts Council, for the support and for making sure that Artisans Development and Network is able to hold this event. Also, we want to thank the participants from yesterday, Nana Valjam. Thank you so much, Sahir Sheikh. Thank you so much, Ruti. Thank you so much, Sumaya. Thank you, Thania. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Now, I do, apart from just hosting, I happen to do a couple of other things like singing, I do voiceover work, I'm an actress, I produce, I direct. So I said, this is her voice. I would love to share my voice with you. And that is why, together with the support team behind the scenes, we put together something that let us see if you will enjoy it and if you recognize the person that you're about to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Check it out.
Is Zasetka. Enjoy. Ezonte, 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 de tere byanganga. Ezonte zasetka za kwa tamarembo, yeiwe kemshago de tere byanganga. Ezonte zasetka za kwa tamarembo, yeiwe kemshago de tere byanganga. Kumbantam treated geran sha shogo mgongo ntuma treated shekam wakamwenyo. Kumbantam treated geran sha shogo mgongo ntuma treated shekam wakamwenyo. Ezonte, 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 de tere byanganga. Ezonte zasetka za kwa tamarembo, yeiweke mashago de tere byanganga. Cha chambuga na tsioro mwitumbi, cha chabaremba na tsiora yagaraba. Cha chambuga na tsioro mwitumbi, cha chabaremba na tsiora yagaraba. Ezonte, 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 de tere byanganga. Ezonte, 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 de tere byanganga. Ezonte, 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 de tere byanganga. Ezonte zasetka za kwa tamarembo, yeiwe kemshago de tere byanganga, de tere byanganga, de tere byanganga, de tere byanganga. Moivare Mnonga, thank you so much.
Yes, the song is called Zasetuka, which literally means the cows have gone to graze. I come from Uganda, the east of Africa, and my tribe is known for cattle keeping. So I just took you a little bit back to my culture, to who I am, not just as your host, but also as a person. Thank you so much for the compliments. Chris, amazing melodious voice. What is the song called? Zasetuka, and you can find it everywhere on YouTube, on Spotify, any music platform, Apple Music, and that is a part of my album, Nankunda. Nankunda being also my name. Thank you so much. I just thought we should, throw in a little bit of something from somewhere else around the world. And that is what being intercultural literally means. Thank you so much. Clayvon Edwards, awesome. Thank you. Panita, thank you so much, darling. I'm glad to be a part of such a caliber of amazing women today. Don't you love it? Don't you love this lineup? I'm really, truly, truly grateful to be a part of this. Thank you so much, ANDA. And of course, thank you for your guidance for creating this platform. So to all the artists who are out there and you want to be a part of the Artists and Artisan Development and Network repertoire, please reach out. We are in the age of social media. Send a message, go to their website, reach out, reach out, reach out. You never know. You could probably be in the next event. Trust me, there's quite a lot that they are working on. So artists, reach out, reach out, reach out. It's very important to put ourselves out there. All right. I encourage that a lot. Thank you so much. If you've just joined us, you are watching the Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID times, courtesy of the Artists and Artisans Development and Network with the support of the Ontario Arts Council. Moving on, our next artist is an academic who doesn't just paint. Nasifa Saeed Motiwala loves to research art and its history. Nasifa's subject matter is nature, whether it is traditional landscape or a bird or flower painting. She uses a colorful palette material, acrylics, pastels, watercolors, and brush to capture movement and life, making the brush dance and the colors sing. I'm loving it already, even before I see it. Nasifa has exhibited globally in several groups exhibitions in India, in the US, Canada, Lebanon, Brussels, you name it, Turkey, France, Ukraine, Russia. She has been everywhere. In addition to this, she has a few research papers to her credit, including The Hand of Hamza, interpretation across the globe. And she has been awarded so many awards of excellence in abstract art, not just here in Canada, but also in India. So please, ladies and gentlemen, join me now to hear some of the thoughts behind the work. Nasifa, take it away. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Nafisa Syed Motiwala, a mixed media artist based in Brampton. I love to explore different mediums, since each medium has a different texture and a story to tell. As an artist of color, I strongly believe that art transcends physical and cultural boundaries, interconnecting the art and the artist. In addition to this, being a women artist myself, I believe that art has a purpose to portray and communicate the concerns and challenges of women around the world. Like the popular proverb says, behind every successful man, there is a woman, be it the mother, the sister, the wife, friend, or even a daughter. However, women have to undergo a lot of mental stress, torture, and often taken for granted. History itself tells us about different women leaders who have made a mark, be it Rosa Parks or Rani Jhansi, or for that matter, some of the greatest feminist leaders. Women have an impeccable role and their contribution can never be overshadowed. Behind me, we have my painting that is titled Nirja, the Warrior Princess. It is about a woman who sacrificed her own life in order to protect others' life. Neerja Banot, who was a crew member in Pan Am Airlines, sacrificed her own life to save some of her passengers. So much so that she got the highest civilian award in India. Neerja personally had to go through a lot of uh, emotional as well as personal turmoil, and she grew out of it and made a heroic stance that encouraged many young women. So as to say, you don't have to have a cape in order to be a hero. Women leaders around the world are making their mark even today. And it's not surprising that some of the greatest leaders are women. Specifically, if we come to the prime ministers, some of the women leaders are leading and making tremendous progress in the field. Not only in leadership, but in different fields, be it science, technology, business, and other fields. The work behind me has black and white that portrays the different turmoils that was happening in her personal life, and the colors that are around her, that despite all these turmoil and challenges and difficulties, she grew out of it and made a mark on everyone's life around her and who were inspired by her. I'm greatly thankful to Artists and Artisans Development Network to give me this opportunity to be a part of this event. I'm engaged with I'm engaged with Artists and Artisan Development Network as the president of its Brampton chapter, and I'm really excited to be a part of this event.
No.
Hello everyone, today we are going to do art with coffee grounds, and this is the coffee that I've taken. It's decaf and Pike Place from Starbucks. You can easily find this in Costco. And here is the used, so we've already made coffee with this and it is all dried, and this is what we are going to use for our art today. Art with coffee grounds is really great for kids, so that they can just make shapes, forms, and just deconstruct or just erase it and create something else which does not require any paper, pencil, or anything. And it's definitely too much fun for the adults as well. So let's get started. So to begin with, we will just take something that is absolutely contrast so that the coffee grounds come out, and we will use our tools for today. It would be a Q-tip and a toothpick. You can use any sharp pointy things if you want, and just so that you can make some variations in the forms. So we will begin by just sprinkling, just to get an idea and to create a form. So today we are going to create budgies, my birds. So we are just going to create something, and let's get started.
Wow, who knew that what you can create with coffee beans? I agree with you, Kaula. She says, now I know what to do with my coffee grounds. I completely understand. Chris says, that's so cute, so beautiful. Wow, art with coffee. Chris again says, fascinating to learn the history. Thank you so much, Doctor. And thank you so much for sharing your work and the ideas behind your work. Such a privilege. I'm really honored to be a part of this beautiful caliber of women. Really, really, truly, truly. I'm fascinated. I worked for Starbucks for about 4 years back in the day, and I had never even thought, not even for a microsecond, that I could use the coffee grinds to make an art piece. So trust me, you've opened up my eyes in a whole other way. Thank you so much for sharing. If you've just joined us, you are a part of the Artists and Artisans Development and Network Intercultural event, which is Her Voice in COVID Times, thanks to the Ontario Arts Council. Now, this next performer is not just any performer. She is also our project manager for this event, as well as the head of the Mississauga chapter of the Artists and Artisans Development Network. Kaula Mashara is an award-winning self-taught visual artist whose work reflects her intrigue with the natural world, with the nature of things. She loves bringing art to the community. She achieves this through the interactive arts events and public arts projects. Her public art can be seen around the GTA. And in 2019, she was awarded a grant to paint a mural celebrating Mississauga's Bee City status. She enjoys creating stories for the community to foster pride and spark conversation through her public art. She'll be talking about some stories behind her art, as well as lead you through a little paint session. So please, everybody grab your paint brushes if you've got one. Oh, you could be creative as well in your mind. Kaula, take us away, my darling.
Hi, my name is Holla Mazar, and I am a self-taught visual artist. I would like to thank the Artists and Artisans Development and Network for giving us this platform today to share some art with the community. It's been really hard during COVID to get our art out there and do events and activities as we used to before lockdown. So this is like a really great opportunity for us to share our art with the community. I'd like to talk about an ongoing series I've been doing on South Asian women. My parents are South Asian immigrants. I grew up in Canada, and I guess as a child and teenager growing up, there were a lot of images that were not as diverse, and it does make you feel kind of left out. As I started doing art, I started painting women, South Asian women. I don't think I did it consciously. It must have just been something in the back of my mind. So I painted different pieces that feature South Asian women. Some of them are South Asian traditional dancers dressed in their traditional clothes, dancing on a busy Toronto street, just to share the idea that everybody belongs everywhere, and it is important to hold on to your stories, your traditions, and your culture. So the piece I've done here is themed around empowerment and resilience. I wanted to keep to a very South Asian type style of painting, depicting a South Asian woman. The lotus represents resilience and beauty. It features in a lot of South Asian or Asian paintings. The lotus, as a flower, it grows in very murky conditions, but it kind of rises above that, the mud, and stands very tall and blooms very beautifully. So I felt that it is, of course, a really good representation of, being in whatever situation you're being, but overcoming it with grace and strength. So I want to lead you through a little paint session today that you can paint along with, and we will be painting a lotus flower. You will need some watercolor paints, watercolor paper or a watercolor pad, some paintbrushes, a cup of water, some paper towels, and if you've got some painter's tape or masking tape, that's great, and if not, that's fine as well. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are, ready to paint. As you can see, I've got my sketch watercolor paint. It's kind of like a sketchbook. It's full of watercolor paper, and I've got it all taped down. This tape helps to keep the paper flat because watercolor paper does absorb the water. If you use the regular paper for watercolor, you'll find that it absorbs too much water and can start to tear. This is a paint set I have. You can get this from any kind of like art supply store. You can get it online. It's got a lot of colors. I like it because it just folds up into a very compact, neat kind of little package that doesn't require a lot of space. And just a round tip paintbrush, a cup of water, some paper towel. I'm just going to be using the pink. If you don't have pink, you can also use red. What you want to do is wet your paintbrush, get rid of the extra drops of water, and just dampen the paint cake here. And I'm not going to take a whole lot of paint in my paintbrush. As you can see, I'm just taking some paint on the tip of the paintbrush, and that is basically the part of the paintbrush I will use. I'm not going to lie it down flat and do anything. I'm going to be using this to help draw the shape. So going to start by drawing in this petal shape. And this would be like the top of the water lotus. So there's going to be more petals over here, so I'm not going to draw this all the way down because those petals will be in front. Some petals in the back. And remember, they overlap. So we're just drawing this very loose kind of rounded triangle shape for the petals. And I'm not too worried about the lines being a bit messy because we're going to go over that. Okay, I want one petal here. And just take your time. Painting should be something that helps you relax and unwind. It can be very therapeutic. So don't stress about how it looks. The paintings always turn out really nice in the end. Just relax, enjoy the process. I find it's very therapeutic just to play around with the colors and the different shapes and not worry too much about how it's looking. Just enjoy the process. While you're painting, the unfinished product might not look too good, but that's just part of the process. And it always looks fine when you're done. So I've got a lot of petals here. I want to make this a nice, very full bloomed water lily. So as you can see, I've just done the outlines using that pink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dampen my paintbrush, and the paint that's already there on the brush and on the paper now, I'm just going to take that and pull that down so that the petals will get lighter as they go down. So I'm not taking any more paint, I'm just taking the paint that's already on the paper, pulling that down with the help of the damp paintbrush. And I'm going to leave a lot of white in there because if you look at your lotus flower, you will see as the petal goes downward, it lightens in color quite a bit to an almost white towards the middle of the flower. And the top parts of the petal and the edges have a little more pink to them. I'm just going to pull down all this pink into the petal with the help of my damp paintbrush. It's amazing how this beautiful flower grows in such murky, muddy conditions. But I feel that's also very symbolic of how you can kind of when you've gotten past your situation. And yes, of course, some situations are very difficult and it's easy to talk about, but it's very hard when you're going through it. But it's nice to think of it as you going through it and coming out better, and still being able to grow and bloom and be kind and offer something beautiful to everyone, even though you've gone through such a bad experience or situation yourself, whatever it may be. Everybody has their share of heartache and trouble and struggles. Okay, this gets very light towards the bottom, as you can see. And I'm going to leave it like that. I like that nice soft pink that kind of fades towards the inner parts of the petal. Okay, and I'm just going to take a little bit of pink on the tip of my brush. Just going to go in to the top parts of the petal and bring down a couple of lines. You can see these kind of veins on the petals of these lotus flowers. Just want to add a little bit of detail. And if you take your paintbrush and with a very gentle touch just bring down those lines, you'll find that the lines stay nice and thin. So I'm not pressing the paintbrush to the paper at all. I'm very gently just pulling these lines down. And there's no mistakes, so if your line got a little thick or it's a bit, out of shape, don't worry about it too much. You can also just dampen your paintbrush with the water and use that as an eraser to erase those lines or the petal, and you can even start over. And don't worry too much about how it looks. Everybody's is going to look quite different. Just enjoy the process. It's very calming. Very nice just to play with the colors and the shapes and the lines. And it really kind of gets your mind, frees your mind kind of for a while from whatever things you were worried about. You do need to take a break from that sometimes. It is good for your mental health and in turn your physical health to be able to take some time out. Okay, so there we've got our lotus flower. I'm just rinsing off the paintbrush, and I'm going to take some green. Again, just taking some paint on the tip of the paintbrush. I'm not covering the whole paintbrush in paint, so I don't want that paint to get wasted. Just gonna start adding these petioles that you can see at the bottom where the stem will be. And again, I'm just using a very gentle touch to kind of pull down into that stem. The harder you press your paintbrush against the paper, the thicker the line will be. And I just want these very thin lines. So I'm just using a very gentle touch. And I'm just going to add some shades of very light green here at the bottom of these petals. And there we have our lotus. And I'm gonna let that dry, and then I will untape it afterwards. Thank you so much for enjoying this, hopefully enjoying this session with me. And if you would like to leave your picture in the comments, that would be great. We would love to see your work. Thank you so much.
Are we ready? Kaula, you've been taking us through a workshop. I wish we could show each other. Don't laugh at me. This is my very first painting ever. So I was paying attention. So I hereby present. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Kaula, you should mark me. Let me know what you think of my painting. What do you think of my painting? I used two of these, just 2 pens. What do you think of my painting, people? Brian, what do you think? Benita, what do you think of my painting through Kaula's eyes? That is the beauty of this art. Chris, are you still there? Yes. She says, I've tried. That's my very first painting ever. So I was paying attention, and I'm playing the flower. I'm trying. This is me trying. So thank you for the lesson, my dear. Yes, I got it right. The artist has approved. So I'm doing great. I'm going to share this in the chat here. Thank you so much, Kaula. Wow. I love your patience. I love your... I like the way you are mentioning it at the end, when you're saying just a few little lines, not too much pressure. So I tried. I didn't have the green, but yes, I got to try. So I've learned something today. I love that you used whatever material you had. Absolutely. I'm just using two pens, and I think I've passed this. Thank you so much for that and for sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the project manager of the Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times, Miss Kaula. Thank you so much for such an amazing moment. Painting is a great way to unwind and to distress yourself. I agree with you, because I was thinking about your patience as your painting. I think that literally distresses you. Thank you so much, Kaula. And now we wanted to also thank you so much for being with us, those that are still online. By the way, you can always go back and watch this show on YouTube or even on Facebook later today and onwards, and share. Why not? We're inside our homes now. It's cold, a little bit cold outside, wherever you might be. This is something beautiful for you to go back and watch and distress. Indeed. And thank you for being here to support all these other artists. We hope that you have enjoyed yourself, that you're enjoying yourself. And of course, feel free to leave us a comment. Feel free to send us a message in our inbox. We shall reach out to you, I promise, as well as visiting our artists and artisans.org. Yes, Please check it out. So before we end, I would like to introduce to you our closing artist for today, a very talented Samantha, born in Quito, Ecuador, is a singer, she's a composer, she's a music teacher and a choir director. While studying at university, she toured Europe with her band Medusa and the UK by invitation of the government. She has received national recognition and awards from the governments of Ecuador and from one of the most important world music competition, unsigned only, in Nashville, Tennessee. During her music career, she was a choir director at one of the most significant schools in Cuenca, that is in Ecuador. She taught music and has worked at City Hall. She now resides in Canada and continues to perform, compose, and collaborate with her band. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Samantha. Enjoy.
Hi all, my name is Samantha. I am an artist, I am a composer, I am an educator too. I am here to tell you why I chose this song, and the name of the song is called Lean on Me. I chose this song because the song inspires me hope, inspires me kindness, inspires me friendship, and I think those are the things that we need in these difficult times. As a female artist, I feel that my experiences have been great because I had the opportunity to share my art, my music, and my singing with different people from different backgrounds, from different cultures, and also be part of inclusive spaces. I think as an artist, it's important to be involved in these spaces and also share and connect with the community. I want to thank artists and artisans for inviting me to this festival, to the event, and just sit back, listen, and I know you will enjoy.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday.
side. Feel that when the morning rise. Know that I gotta be down for it. Down to the riverside. Feel that know when the morning rise. Know that I gotta be down for it. Sunrise out to the end. Sunrise out to the end. Sunrise out to the end. Oh yeah, sunrise out to the end. Down to the riverside. Feel that know when the morning rise. Know that gotta be down for it. Down to the riverside. Feel that when the morning rise. Know that gotta be down for it. Sunrise up to the end. Sunrise up to the end. Oh yeah. Sunrise up to the end. Sunrise up to the end. Down to the riverside, down to the riverside. Feel that know when the morning rise. Know that gotta be down for it. Down to the riverside. Feel that know when the morning rise. Know that gotta be down for it. Sunrise out to the end. Sunrise out to the end. Sunrise out to the end. Oh yeah. Sunrise out to the end.
End today's show. Thank you so much, Samantha. Beautiful range. Oh my God, your voice is ridiculous. Carla says, beautiful rendition, Samantha. I talked about your range. Brian says, go, Samantha. Sahir says, awesome. Great job, my dear. You sound gorgeous. And it was a better way. We shall overcome. Lean on me. Just a beautiful message behind all of the music that you just shared with us. Thank you. Thank you so much. What better way to conclude today with such beautiful renditions? Thank you so much to the Ontario Arts Council for the support. And of course, our hosts, that is the Artists and Artisans Development and Network. Thank you so much for putting this together. The team, Shireen Mandani, Brian Skezala, thank you so much. Kaula Mazda, thank you so much, my dear. Of course, the artist, Christine Long, thank you so much. Dr. Nasifa, thank you for being a part of this. Punita, amazing. Samantha, thank you so much. Rosemary, thank you so much. Nana from yesterday, I want to say thank you so much. And I encourage all the artists, if you have any questions or if you'd like to be a part of the future events or if you'd like to donate to the organization, please, you can visit www.artistsandartisans.ca. I will say this again for you to know, or if you want to be a part of future projects of the Artists and Artisans, please visit the website at www.artistsandartisans.ca. Alternatively, you can send them an email at info@artistsandartisans.ca. The email is info@artistsandartisans.ca. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much, the board of directors. Thank you so much to support team of artists and artisans. Thank you so much to our tech support Bio Brands for all the hard work done. Thank you so much, Kaula, for making sure that we get all the right performance. Thank you for the social media management. Thank you for each and everything. Without all of you people who are watching, thank you for your comments. Artists, thank you for supporting one another during this event. Without the support of one another, we don't really go far. You know the statement, or if you've heard of it, you can go far if you go alone, but if you go with people, then you're actually even going to go further. My name is Gloria Gift Nankunda. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to be your host these past 2 days. And until next time, which is not very far, we wish you a lovely festive season and happy holidays. And we hope to see you in the new year. This has been the Intercultural event, Her Voice in COVID Times, courtesy of the Artists and Artisans Development and Network, with the support from the Ontario Arts Council. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon as well as the week coming ahead. Cheers.